to the Sad Dads Club podcast. Here's everybody's favorite sad dads, Jim and Foo.
Time. I like time.
I like to see time too. So my shui was fucked up, and I was seeing musical notes, and I'm like, what?
Musical notes don't mean shit to me.
All of a sudden, we're gonna get to the end of this, and it's gonna be like encrypted and some sort of.
And it'll sound like this. It's interpreting our voices into piano sounds or something.
Yeah, fucking the wingdings of audio.
Yeah.
We were, God damn it. We were in the kitchen talking about something with Piper, and we were trying, I think it was like paraphrasing what, like a bro for when we were younger, like what the equivalent
of bro is?
Of like, yeah. And I went, dude. It was dude. And she went like, fam? And I went, oh, honey, no, that did not come along until you.
Yeah.
Like, it was
fam
probably...
was more 2000s
dude.
or something. Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, dudes.
And then we made, like, a surfer joke. Like, maybe...
Chicks and dudes.
Maybe the fucking kids out in Santa Cruz, the actual surfers were like, bro.
Oh, absolutely.
But it would have been, bro.
Right.
Bro.
Yeah.
And but like up here in Northern, no,
it was dude.
It was dude.
Yeah,
dude, on it, dude.
Yeah,
fucking dude.
Or was that that movie North Shore? Remember that with the Howleys and stuff?
Yes,
we would say that.
Pauly Shore.
Was Pauly Shore in that movie?
Howleys. Yeah, North Shore.
Yeah.
Wait, North Shore.
The surf movie from.
That was Hawaii though. Maybe.
Yeah. Was Pauly Shore in that movie?
I don't know. Well, you said Howleys, and I think
I
remember Pauly Shore saying,
now I have to look.
Howley? Bruh. Fucking Pauly Shore. Dude.
Okay, so let's look it up who the cast is.
Was he in it?
North Shore.
I don't think so.
The cast. I don't.
No.
I don't see him in there.
Knuckle fucking.
Knuckle
dragger. Idiots. Paste eaters. But never a...
Knuckle fucker?
No.
Yeah. I might have made it up on my own, but it makes a lot of sense.
That's awesome.
I don't know. I don't know if I've heard it somewhere or if I just decided it sounded funny and works.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Finger banging for sure.
Yeah.
But an alternative phrasing for that being knuckle fucker.
Yeah. Or knuckle fucking.
We're just handing each other. Just palming and knuckle fucking. What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pauly Shore is not in North Shore that I can see here.
That was like a cult classic, wasn't it?
I love that movie. It's from 1987.
I think we had a friend named Rob who it was. Yeah, it was like we gotta watch North Shore.
Oh yeah.
It was like, And I went,
the mainland kid comes to Hawaii to surf the big waves, and everyone's giving him shit because he's a white guy from the mainland.
Yeah, okay. That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Does he get a
And then, of course, he falls in love with
an islander?
With a
native
lady that's cute, of course.
Of course, bro.
Who was that? Nia Peoples?
Oh.
Okay. Say?
Was it? You're looking at the cast.
It doesn't say which person is which.
Oh.
So the person who I would have thought would have possibly been Pauly Shore if it was the kid named Turtle in the movie.
I remember that name. Yeah.
But it was John Philbin.
I have no idea who that is.
Yeah.
The career came and went for you, John. I'm so sorry.
Who knows what he's doing?
Is there anybody else in there? I recognize Peebles.
Matt Adler was the main kid, Rick.
Nope. Rick.
Laird Hamilton.
Oh, well, he's an actual surfer, though.
That's true. Christina Raines.
A porn star.
Oh, man. Oh, there's a dude named Mark Fu in it.
Oh, fuck that guy.
Yeah. Derek Ho. I mean,
hey.
He's a surfer. There's a lot of surfers in here.
Yeah, we were trying to come up with
I don't
what
recognize
those parlances were when we were younger.
I don't really recognize anybody else that's in the cast that I would say like, oh, I've seen that guy in X, Y, and Z. I recognize the surfers more than I recognize any of the other actors.
So the two things in front of you are indeed from Dave and Nat. I got a message from Nat saying, I'm sending you something.
And I have to clarify.
And some of them
I have to clarify.
are for Jim.
That they are probably listener 4 and 5. So at a minimum, we have 5.
But, oh, yes. Yeah.
Because that got brought up.
Oh, yes. Well, are we 1 and 2?
No.
Okay. Wow, we've got like 7?
Oh, maybe.
I mean, if you count you and me.
Sure.
I mean,
we just more than doubled our listenership from last week in just a mere chat.
That's fucking amazing. We did it.
But she made a comment about, oh, if you have 3 listeners, then are we the 3, or is there other kind of a thing?
Oh.
And I'm like, I'll give it to her that she's probably 4 and 5. Yeah. Her and Dave.
Yeah, probably.
You know?
Yeah.
So that she found the old smoky moonshine, which we had been talking about for quite a while.
Yes.
And sent some to us.
Thank
you very much.
And it was the flavors that I have not been able to find.
The orange shine sickle. I can't wait to try it.
Right.
And also the white chocolate strawberry. Oh, gosh.
Right.
Oh, I can't wait to try that. And it's made in Gatlinburg, Tennessee.
Yeah, she was like, I'm not going to run into time for toffee this year, so sending you stuff. And I went, hey, you're too kind. You didn't have to do that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So then I
much.
sent her the recipe and a picture of the Reese's Pieces, the peanut butter cup cocktail.
Oh, yeah.
How to make that.
Delicious.
I'm like, here's some trade.
You know what else is good with that chocolate Baileys?
What?
Just put it in coffee.
Oh, I imagine, sure.
Oh, God.
I think that probably was our original intent. Like, well, because we didn't buy the rest of the shit at that kiosk, or the setup. It was just like, well, we could probably put this in hot chocolate and coffee and fucking.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
I
just make my normal cappuccino or whatever, but I put like a 1 shot of vanilla in there, and then I add about a shot's worth of
the chocolate
Baileys.
Yeah.
And that's special.
Yeah, it just smooths out.
And then I just drink it all day while I'm working.
Yeah. How's that for QA? I didn't see any problems here.
Huh?
Smooths out the curves. If you've noticed, I'm extra happy on the Teams calls. Ulanzi.
Yeah. You notice a little shift in my bug writing?
Little hitch in your giddy up?
No,
that's Bailey's.
I don't do that.
Of course not.
No. That would be weird because, first of all, I'm just home by myself. Just sitting at home drinking by myself.
Yeah, it's like every once in a while I go into the medicine cabinet and just kind of close my eyes and grab a bottle of something and just take a couple pills and see what happens. It's like no one else is here.
Oh, that's a foot cream for a fungus.
Why does my neck itch all of a sudden? What was in that pill? Holy shit.
Yeah.
It was for the dogs.
Well, we watched a movie where it was a series where this family they had a really big house, and they're really rich family. Like the mom was like this famous author.
Okay.
And so she had all these books. But they had this beautiful house like on the ocean or on the bay or somewhere, like in wherever the presidents go and hang out, whatever that area is. Anyway.
Camp David?
No, not Camp David. Like
Martha's Vineyard.
Yes. In Martha's Vineyard, and they had a house there, and one of the kids goes into the medicine cabinets of the visitor people that are in their house all the time and steals some of their pills, and they throws them in a jar in the kitchen for drug roulette is what they called it, or something, pill roulette or something. So then you just come down and grabs a random thing out and take it, and who knows what the hell's going to happen.
I've heard that referred to as a Skittles party.
Oh, geez.
Because you just... Skittles.
I mean, what if it's,
Because you can't say drugs. And the parents would know. So you just say, oh, I'm going over to Tim's. We're going to have a Skittles party.
Oh, God.
And they're like, oh, okay.
I don't want to do that.
And then all of a sudden your Vicodin goes missing.
What if it's like someone's heart pills or something? You don't know what it is, or you know what I mean?
Yeah. Fucking kids these days, man.
And I think in the show, it turned out that one of the kids that lived there's fiance, her mother, they were having a wedding, and so her parents were staying in one of the rooms there, and her mother has cancer, and she had purchased on the side from somebody a couple of pills just in case shit got sideways, and she decided it was I'm out.
Oh,
and he had stolen those and put them in the thing. So yeah.
It was what was this? A TV show?
It was a series we watched, and I can't remember what the name of it is.
Oh, God damn.
I know. Yeah.
Good luck.
That was one of the storylines there.
Funny. Okay. I have a big brain before we get started with whatever you may have. A philosophical big brain meta type of thing.
Okay.
You can think about it for a while if you need to.
But I probably have to.
I have results. My son came to me and Venus last night with this question before he went to bed.
Did he just dumped this bombshell of a question on you and then went to bed?
Oh, we talked about it, and then he went to bed.
I figured he dropped
I don't know where he pulled it from.
And then was ran off to his room.
Yeah, he's like,
gonna just leave this here. Kaboof.
By the way, shit on the floor. If you could commit one crime, and eliminate its possibility from ever being conducted or performed by another human forever, what would you do?
Okay, so the second part of that is eliminate
the crime that you do.
Yeah,
can no longer be done by anyone else.
Oh, but you get away with it.
No.
Oh, so you possibly don't get away with it.
Correct.
Or you definitely don't get away with it.
It's a crime. You would be charged for the crime
if you got caught.
If you
is the general gist of it that you would get caught. So you do the time.
So you're in the same.
So other people would never do it again.
Right. Okay. You're in the same headspace that Piper got to. She's like, do I get away with it, or is it the act of the crime is good enough? Like, could I get away with it? And for her, I said, I can see how this is starting to become a problem because some people started finding the loophole. Yeah. And it was, I told her, for the perspective of whatever you're going to come up with, you need to treat it as the crime. And whatever that is, you are charged with it, and you serve whatever sentence would come from that.
Is that the crux of Xander's question, though? Is that within his,
I don't know.
Okay.
And I haven't had that clarification. But for Piper's thing, because I could tell that she was already starting to
let's twist it.
Let me find something that I think I could get away with. And then she started to try and think of what's the largest thing I think I could pull off without getting caught?
Well, yeah, I think you have to differentiate between, yes, you definitely get caught.
You get caught. How about that? I'm telling you get caught.
You possibly get away.
You don't get away. Get
caught. You definitely get caught.
Right.
Wow, I might have to think about that a bit.
I will tell you that Venus's thing, she was quick.
Okay.
She flat out said, murder. She said she would kill somebody. So to spin off on that, we then
But then you go away for a real long time.
And I went. So she's in the dining room working on her computer, and Xander poses the question, and I kind of got a couple pick clarification things, and I was watching Dungeons and Dragons thing at the moment, so I pause it and ooh shit, okay, that's deep. I jaw at him for a second, clarify, and the span, it's 30 to 45 seconds of the conversation starting. Venus, head up from the laptop, murder.
Okay, I'm thinking about it.
Okay.
I don't think murder's it, because I think sometimes people deserve it.
Okay.
I think what I hate most in life are people that fucking steal from people.
Okay.
So if I committed a theft, then that would prevent everybody from
stealing.
Committing. Yes.
Yes.
And think about how much that would encompass in the world.
Yeah.
I would do time for that.
Sure. Yeah.
Because I absolutely despise
theft.
Thieves.
Taking from someone that's not yours.
Yeah.
Xander's was perjury.
Okay.
Like he specifically said in a trial to lie, to perjure yourself.
Yeah.
He would eliminate.
So he would do that.
He would do that.
Okay.
And then get caught, whatever penalty that would be, so that no one could lie on the stand or fabricate. Venus and I had once I went, yeah, but you're going to prison. And she went, and I went, but prison. So then we tried to think, well, if you could find someone that was terminal and say, we could end murder if I kill you. But then we decided that's
not legal either, though.
That would be assisted suicide.
Right.
Because you're conspiring with the person to say, yeah, just end it quicker.
Sure.
So that's not
murder necessarily.
That's not murder. You have come to an agreement that at some point I'm not going to tell you when, but I will kill you. Are you okay with that?
What if you agreed to it, but then made it look like it was a murder? Then it was just a murder.
Right, but the person still knows that they're the target of a plan to eliminate.
But like from a prosecution standpoint.
And then admit to saying
it was murder.
It was murder.
Yeah.
I suppose that's a loophole on the loophole.
Yeah.
Piper, after hemming and hawing for a bit, she came to murder.
Really?
I in the moment with Zant, after Venus and I got done drawing, I said I would go into the liquor cabinet, get shit faced,
okay,
get in the car,
and then kill somebody,
and then drive around and get caught. Just drive around in the
drunk driving,
to eliminate drunk driving because I'm not in a moral dilemma, but I could call a cop and have him sit right here, and I could be charged with drunk driving, which would eliminate a whole series of tragedies because you could no longer get in your car and drive intoxicated.
I mean, back in the day, it was normal to do that.
It's open, but it's way over there.
I saw a interesting old video that was posted on YouTube of like, it's going to be illegal to drink and drive. What do you guys think about this? Like news footage. And people are like, I mean, what's the big deal? I do it all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that I don't know what it was like the 60s
they tell me
or whatever.
I can't unwind on my way home from work.
Right.
You're like,
and this was like real people.
Oh, yeah.
Are mad because they can't go to the bar and get hammered and then drive home.
Yeah.
What? Or then the other side of that coin was people that were told, well, the new seatbelt law goes into effect.
I think I've seen the seatbelt one.
That one goes into effect on the 1st. What do you think about that? You can't tell me to wear a seatbelt,
Yeah. That, the motorcycle helmets, all that shit.
But I think I would go with the theft.
Piper
route.
did have a good one, which she started, which she was trying to figure out if she would get charged, was arson.
What about rape? I mean,
and that's where I started.
This gets dark, man.
Oh, right. My first targets were the worst things to eliminate from humankind, and that was murder, rape, child abuse, pet abuse. But that would mean I would
have to do it.
I would have to kill someone, rape someone, beat my spouse, beat a kid. Not like
touch a kid.
Yeah, well, right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what? No.
Pedo. or beat a dog. Like I couldn't. So I immediately started going, what is the thing that wouldn't leave me in a state of, I've done this, but now I am
scarred.
I'm morally
bankrupt.
Yeah, just like shit.
Yeah,
is that worth it?
Because there are some things that are.
The good news is my wife and daughter will pick up the slack of the murder part.
Right.
Xander did ask a couple of his friends. One of his friends said they would do something to get charged with discrimination, because discrimination is such a wide definition that you could discriminate and catch.
A hate crime, essentially?
Yeah, right.
But does that eliminate discrimination, though? I mean, that
some of his friends, like the further he got along the day, it sounded like a lot of them were trying to use catch-alls. Like, I would separate racism, bigotry.
Because those aren't necessarily illegal. Racism and bigotry.
Discrimination is. You can be charged, right?
Yes.
So, and they were using, like, I see the HR definition.
Yeah,
versus
so
like,
that's what I was going to say. Like, what, you just say flat out, I'm not going to hire, XYZ people.
Right. Or I'm not allowing you onto the robotics team because you're white.
Yeah, yeah. So then that would,
now
you would take the hit and then no one else could do it.
Right.
But that wouldn't get I feel like that wouldn't get rid of the hatred that's out there.
I don't think so either.
You just
couldn't commit the crime.
Right.
You could still be prejudiced, but you couldn't act on it.
Yeah, because like I said, like prejudiced, like people that are bigoted fuckers are not, that's not illegal to sit in your house and
have an opinion.
Racist.
Right.
So,
but to leverage it,
you couldn't. There isn't really a thing that would get you in trouble, other than like maybe getting canceled or something.
Right.
Which is kind of terrible to think about that.
What getting
that it's it's like just okay.
I'm like, Papa, your first one probably would have been pretty good because you could have just walked over and lit the neighbor's lawn on fire, been charged with arson, and you just removed asshats from lighting fires in the El Dorado National Forest and shit.
Yeah.
That won't stop a lawnmower and a spark, but it will stop the asshats. I'm like, and there's potentially like, if you could charge PG&E with arson due to equipment quality and materials, then, well, now all of a sudden, anyway, it was quite interesting. But one of his other friends said some sort of act of terrorism to eliminate that. He had one friend that, man, I can't remember. But they all started to get a little bit more umbrella-y.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't get a chance to ask him, like, yes, but what is the act of terrorism that your friend would have done in order to catch all of the terrorism? Like, does he?
Yeah, but like I think
call in a bomb threat and then get called on it.
But aren't like terrorism charges? Aren't they sort of blanket?
Right. I think it gets into a place where you're talking about discrimination again. It's like, well, what kind of?
No, I mean, like I want to say that, like specifically, what you get charged with as an act of terrorism is probably got terrorism in the name of the charge.
Oh, okay.
I would assume because that's I mean, you hear about he was charged with terrorism.
I'm a white guy in Roseville and suburbia. I don't know anything about these things.
I know. I want to say
I pay my taxes.
If you can get charged with terrorism,
right,
then probably that would solve any terrorism.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because then no one could ever do a thing that would be considered terrorism.
You can no longer come to the podcast because you have a head of hair, and that's discrimination against you. And we've eliminated racism in the workplace.
Yeah.
Good job.
Right.
We did it.
Are you talking about here right now?
I love to see you call the cops. You'd be like, "Hey, man, I showed up to do my podcast, and my friend told me because I had a head of hair, I couldn't record with them anymore, and I'd like to press charges for discrimination.
Yeah.
Like, what? And then they'd show up, and I'd be like, "Yep, guilty. I would love to be charged with discrimination." Okay.
Please charge me.
Please charge me. Okay.
I think there's better ways to go about that. Because I don't think having hair or not is a protected thing.
Right, but fuck off.
Well, I'm not saying
my friend who comes over has fiber internet, and I do not. And he is no longer allowed to show up. I would like to discriminate against him.
That's right. Yeah. That's what Chandler was doing earlier.
Yeah. I fucking hate.
Your internet's garbage, man.
Piece of shit.
What speeds are you getting, though?
Let's measure dicks.
Jeez.
Oh, it's on. Sweet.
What's that?
I was just making sure my light was on.
Oh, it's on. I made sure earlier.
You got anything good? I got more stuff, but
so we had Thanksgiving. Was last Thursday.
Yes, we did.
You have a good Thanksgiving?
We did. Yeah. My brother did real well on his turkey. No complaints. The stuffing was good. Gravy was a little salty, but it was still fucking good. My sister, like in COVID, picked up like probably what seemed like a whole bunch of people who were stuck at home, the whole sourdough bug. She nailed it. She bakes sourdough, one for like a roll, like a dinner to be buttered and served with your meal, and then she makes a sourdough loaf for sandwiches that's less
more airy.
Yeah,
less dense.
It's more dense.
Oh, more dense.
So you can mayonnaise, mustard, whatever.
Okay.
Amazing. We ended up like with a takeaway sandwich style to make sandwiches. A sandwich style loaf with the smaller bubbles. It's a takeaway. It made amazing sandwiches, turkey sandwiches, and then I think Saturday or Sunday we did like what we call fancy grilled cheeses, where we get like premium cheese and then make and I made grilled cheese with her
griddle.
Yeah, with her sourdough, and it was fucking. Xander goes, where'd the bread come from? I'm like, it's your aunt's sourdough. It was
delicious.
Right.
And nutritious.
Right. I asked her. I said, because it was great. It was absolutely fucking amazing. Like you always like fucking. But is it really? Like she nailed it. But absolutely. I asked her.
Boudin's got nothing on her.
No. Like it was
delicious.
Right. And then the part where this is the big airy hold one that you would eat with the meal and dip in gravy and fucking like that. That's different than the one that you would want to put on your sandwich, because otherwise everything's fucking shooting through holes.
Right.
Like, and they were both good.
Awesome.
I asked, like, what was the time to go from, oh, fuck, I don't know how this works, to this caliber of output? And she 5 months. Like, took her 5 months to...
So does she have the starter?
Yes.
And all that?
Yes, and you name it or whatever. I don't know what her name of her starter is, but it's a whole thing.
Larry.
Yeah, fucking Beavis.
Hi, you just came over to my house for the first time. This is my starter, Larry.
Right. And I saw a picture of one of my cousins from down south posted like we just started getting into, spent the weekend at a friend's. We just started getting into, she showed me how to make sourdough, and she had a name for her. I don't know what it was. And I was like already giggling. I'm like, you're way behind, because fucking the Sardas up here are fucking way ahead.
Nice.
Anyway, it was, let's see. Turkey company was great. The meal was great. Sourdough was great. How about you?
Yeah, there was way too much food. Chandler made ribs. I made mac and cheese.
Yeah.
Turned out good.
Yeah.
We made some stuffing. We made a sweet potato casserole thing, which was really good.
Yeah.
Raj did a turkey.
Yeah.
We had all the stuff, the green beans and the mashed potatoes and all that stuff. It was all really good.
Yeah.
Her and Melly made 3 pies, and Shan made homemade squeeze the Meyer lemons herself lemon bars.
Ooh.
And I don't know a lot about it because I wasn't making the lemon bars.
Yeah.
But apparently, excuse me, apparently they have to be refrigerated.
Oh.
I didn't know this. Shan knew this. They, along with the other pies that needed to be refrigerated, did not get refrigerated and sat out.
Oh.
So the next day when we went over for leftover Thanksgiving, after we had eaten, I'm like, man, it's pie time. What pie am I going to have? Because there were 3 pies and lemon bars.
Right.
And I'm like, I might just get some of each and a lemon bar.
Yeah.
And as it turns out, they all got thrown away because they had sat out since the day before.
Yeah.
And the lemon bars have to be refrigerated because there's a bunch of eggs in there.
Oh.
And all the other pies have eggs in them. And so Shanna was pretty upset about that.
Oh, no.
So that was kind of sad. But the best part was Thanksgiving night, went to bed, got up at like 5:30 in the morning to go to the bathroom, climb back in bed. And as I'm getting all snuggly back in the warm bed, I hear a sound coming from the attic.
Oh, no. Uh-oh.
And I'm like, fuck. And then the sound just keeps happening. So I laid there for a solid hour and 45 minutes or so.
Yeah.
Just stressing about what the fuck is going on in my attic.
Right.
Because it was a lot of clunking and a lot of sound going on.
An orgy.
So I finally get out of bed. Shan's asleep. I decide I'm going to go play some PlayStation.
Okay.
So I'm out there playing Destiny.
What time? Wait,
this is like in the morning.
Okay.
On Friday morning.
Okay.
Probably 8 o'clock.
Okay.
And so I'm playing Destiny, and then I wear headphones when I'm playing, so I kind of catch Shan out of the corner of my eye, and she comes out of the bedroom and goes to the front window to look out front, and I'm like, oh, she hears it, right? And then I see her opening up the garage door and looking in the garage because the sound's coming from the garage direction.
Okay.
From our bedroom. And I just pull my headphone off my ear and I go, yeah, we got a critter in the attic.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
And then she's like starting to lose it because that's where she stores all of her Christmas decorations and all that stuff, which haven't at this point been put up yet.
Right.
And so she's going on about it, and I'm just like, fine. So I throw on some clothes, pull the cars out of the garage, pull the attic ladder down.
I'm crossing my fingers for a raccoon or a squirrel.
And I grab the peanut butter because I have peanut butter specifically for... Oh, a light died. Peanut butter specifically for our rat traps that we put out back.
Okay.
And I have some traps in the attic.
Okay.
So I'm like, I'm going to go up there. I'll check the traps and reset them with the peanut butter. So I go up there and I find one trap has been closed, but nothing's in it.
Okay.
So I reset it, put some peanut butter in it, put it down. And then I go, oh, here's another trap over here in this insulation.
Mm-hmm.
So I grab it, and there is a rat in it, but it's been there for a long time.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh, okay. So I get the rat out of there, and I put the peanut butter, and I reset that one.
Okay.
And then I hear a clunk, and I whip my light over, and towards the front of the garage, there is a rat with a trap stuck to his foot.
Oh!
And he's been dragging the trap all... That's what we were hearing, was him running around on the drywall. Because on the top of the garage, there's drywall, but there's no insulation.
Okay.
So he's running around on the drywall, clunking it over all the wood and on the drywall. And that's what's making all the sound, is this trap that's stuck to his leg.
Peg leg
rat. And I'm all, fuck. And he's going, man. He's just moving all over, clunking around. And I'm like, so I I'm like, I'm not going to get bit by a fucking rat.
Yeah.
You know.
Right.
So, and also, he's in an area of the top of the garage that is not easy for me to get to. Okay. So I come down out of the attic, I'm standing in the garage, and I'm telling Shan, I tell Shan, okay, there is a rat up there, and he's got a trap stuck to his leg, and he's just running around, and we're just going to have to deal with it until he fucking dies.
Okay.
Because I can't reach him. I can't get to him where he's at. And she's like, okay. And I hate to see a dude like that suffer.
Right. Right.
I want him to die, but let's die quick.
Right.
And so we're standing there having this conversation, and my neighbor Ed across the street is out front, and I go, hey, man, you want to come over and get this rat out of my attic that's got a trap stuck to his leg, and he's still alive? And he's like, what? And so he comes over, and we're talking. He goes,
got a BB gun.
He says, you want me to shoot it with my BB gun?
Oh, shit!
and then he turns to Shan, he goes, is it okay if I shoot it with my BB gun? And I'm like, yeah, I don't care. And Shan's like, in her mind's like, oh, the vet puts it out of its misery.
Sure.
Yeah, okay, let's do that. So he is giddy like a fucking sixth grader at the apex getting ready to go on the go-karts. Yeah, you know what I mean?
All of a sudden, he's a Navy SEAL.
Yeah, he runs back to his house, comes over with his rifle BB gun.
Yeah.
And him and I go up there, and I'm like holding two lights so he can see it, and then he's got the rifle. He shoots that fucker 4 times. And I see blood come out of it.
Holy shit.
And I'm like, okay.
Dead.
Let's leave him. I'll get him later.
Right.
It's over. Okay. No movement out of this motherfucker. So we come down out of the attic. That night, about 11:30, clunk, clunk, clunk.
Oh, no.
That motherfucker's still alive. Still clunking around. I'm like, oh, God. So I sent him a text like, hey, man, that fucker is still moving around.
Jesus, it's the goddamn Jason Bourne of rats.
Exactly. So, then I get a message from him later in the next morning, because he was already in bed at that point. And he's like, you want me to come over and shoot it again? And by that point, there was no sound coming from him.
Oh.
So I'm just like, no, we're waiting him out at this point.
Yeah.
Because he's got to die.
You're right.
And it's cold as shit up there, and he's on top of the garage. Hard drywall.
Yeah.
And so I'm pretty sure he's dead. So I have to figure out how to get to him.
Well, how many days has it been since the silence?
That was Saturday morning. That was Friday night.
It's been a couple days.
Yeah, it's been several days because it's Wednesday. Yeah. I just haven't gone back in the attic to try and figure out how I'm gonna fish him out.
Do you have like a grabber? Just like
He's far. I mean, it's like, okay, if I'm at the back of your garage, he's like right here in the very front. So I have like an extendable brush thing that I use to clean the dryer vent from the attic that goes all the way down to the slab.
Yeah.
I can put that thing together and try and scoot him, with the brush end.
Yeah.
I just haven't gone up there to do it. So that was exciting over the weekend. Was to have a fucking rat in my attic.
Rat caper.
And what's frustrating is I have spent a lot of time trying to cover every hole that I can find where like the chimney goes through the roof, or any of the other vents that go through the roof. I've like bought mesh and cut it with tin snips and like stapled it up and around all of the holes. And they only need a space like an inch.
Oh, it's
tiny in order for them to get through. So, I mean, maybe I didn't cover something quite good enough, or they're getting in somewhere else that I don't know.
Yeah.
So, and I think if it's a situation where they're coming in from the actual roof area, once they get into the attic, they can't get out because there's no other. I haven't found any way to get out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think what happens is they get up there and they get trapped in the attic, and that's where the traps come into place.
We go looking for the trapinator.
Yeah. So that was fun.
Wow.
That was fun.
Goddamn.
And installed my my Christmas lights.
You did?
Yeah. That was on Friday. Put the Christmas lights up, and that started out real fun. 'Cause I found out.
Oh wait. Okay, keep going.
I found out that one of the strands that sits above where Melly's room is on the front of the house has rat chews in it.
Oh.
And so there is bare copper coming through the wire of the strand. And I'm like hanging the lights on the thing, and I go, what the shit? There is like rat teeth marks in the top of the light or the cable, the string.
Huh.
And I'm like, God damn it. So the same neighbor had a can of Flex Seal.
Oh, okay. So
I put some cardboard up so I could spray it.
Yeah.
Without taking the whole thing down. And then sprayed the exposed part with some Flex Seal.
Yeah. So it wasn't chewed severed. It was just
chewed exposed. Yeah, like they had just nipped the plastic off the wire, the coating. So that was really, really frustrating because I can't replace those. I don't have any extra strands, and they're the incandescent C9s,
Yeah.
So I can't just go buy those anymore. I wonder if Chandler has any. He might have some at his house that I can steal because he doesn't use them.
Splice in. Did you put those gutter protectors up?
I did. Under the tree specifically.
Did they fit and all that stuff?
Oh, yeah.
Good.
They are. So I told you I have some already, and I have a bunch of extras. They're the exact same gutter guard I already had, but there's a mesh melted into the top. So they're exactly the same as what I already had, just with a mesh on top of it. And I was like, perfect. That's
sweet.
Perfectly what I need, because I just didn't want leaves going through the holes and then have them, clog up the gutter underneath the guards.
Right.
Because otherwise, what's the point? So what was nice about that is I had cleaned the gutters when it rained. And when I went up to put the gutter guards on, the gutters were already about a quarter full of leaves from that stupid tree. So I got to clean the gutter out again and put the guards in. Now, what's the hardest part about putting the guards in is the tiles on my roof are cement.
Yeah, okay.
Right?
So we have the same.
So you have to kind of pry them up in order to get the guards to go up underneath them.
Yeah.
And the length of the gutter guards is about, 2.5 or 3 feet long.
Okay.
And so you have to pry up multiple tiles at the same time while I'm on a ladder 12 feet in the air, trying to figure out how to get the guard to scoot up underneath the tile. That was the hardest part.
Yeah.
The first one took me about 45 minutes to put in, just because of that. And then once I figured out they're sort of locked together, from right going to left, if you pick up the right one, it will actually sort of pick up the ones coming down to the left. So I used a hammer on the gutter itself and pried on one, and that sort of lifted the rest, and then I could get them in real easy. That made a big difference. And then it snaps onto the top of the actual gutter itself. But it took me probably an hour and a half or 2 hours to put just that one gutter in. Just because it's sketchy, and I'm going up and down and up and down and up and down the damn ladder and moving the ladder, and
So, and did you get the section of gutter that you wanted protected done?
Yeah,
protected.
Yes.
Well, then there you go. Yeah.
So I'm excited. Let's get some rain. I want to see how it works.
Yeah, we'll see you December 13, 14.
Yeah. So I actually have a functioning gutter guard under the tree of hell, which
I don't know if I got it.
Which is I'm happy about. So that was kind of my weekend. Other than rats and gutter guards and Christmas lights and decorating.
We had, I think, I've had one of these self-realized moments when going back to Thanksgiving. God damn it!
It's fine. You can barely tell.
Yeah, you can barely tell. Just pointed at you. Whenever I go somewhere, my dad asked me he's like, or I think we talked about it last week. He's like, "Are you going to smoke a turkey?"
Oh yeah.
And I went, "Yeah, I guess so."
Right.
So I bought.
You were going to do turkey breasts.
Right. So I went and bought like just 2 turkey breasts and 2 turkey thighs, and then went to smoke it. And did. But wherever I go, I take smoked things.
Right.
That's my thing.
And sometimes it's just you that's smoked.
Right. It's, almost had a wife joke there. But hashtag sorry kids.
I'm not talking about a cigar.
Yeah, or pole smoking. So I did it anyway. Fuck it, sorry.
There it goes.
Yeah.
It's out there.
So I smoked Cheez-Its.
Yeah.
I smoked the Dots cinnamon sugar pretzels, and I had the turkey smoke. I think I smoked like a thing of like a salami stick for cheese and wheat thins or something. And I took it over there. Portioned out the turkey breast, and then Xander cut up the salami log, and then I had 2 foil tins of the cinnamon sugar dots, the pretzels, and the fucking Cheez-Its. And I ended up having to come back here to get chairs and a table. And I went back, and then we were getting close to dinner, and then the dinner's over, and we have pie, and the pies were great. The dessert was over, so now everyone's like doing the to-go boxes, and we're packing up the bag to leave. And I'm looking at it like, oh, the turkey got hit pretty hard, and the salami was like halfway gone, but the Cheez-Its and the pretzels were pretty much like untouched.
Really?
And I went, oh, and I didn't really think anything. Like, well, more for me. And I, packed them up, got back to the house. I think it was like Saturday or Sunday, when I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to put these in containers to keep them, like the little Rubbermaid seal-y doodads to keep them a little bit fresh. And as I'm putting them in the containers, I'm like, these are like, I don't think anyone had any of them.
Oh.
And then I started getting into this moment where I went, am I the only one? Like, am I bringing something that no one else wants to eat? But yet I think everyone wants me to bring the things because.
Right.
And I went, I think, wow, okay.
What was the answer? Have you figured that out?
I don't necessarily think anyone would be honest.
You can ask your brother.
So I don't think he would be a fair litmus because he was so busy doing most of the dinner stuff.
Yeah.
But it was like, okay. Oh. Wow.
But the turkey?
Oh, yeah, the turkey. We had an interesting, when was the last time you did like a turkey? Like a smoked a turkey or cooked your own turkey?
2 Thanksgivings ago.
Did you brine it?
Yes.
Did you do anything fancy with the brine?
Yeah, I used a recipe like a rosemary kind of a bunch of stuff.
So we had a pretty lengthy conversation at the table about brine because my brother did like a quickie pickle, like a fresh cut cucumbers and carrots, and like a spicy pickle, but it was like a quick pickling. They weren't sealed, and it wasn't something that would keep. It wasn't like a canned pickling. It was like just marinated, soaked in like a pickling juice. And he used the same sort of brine on the turkey, but it was relatively simple. And the conversation was, what's in your brine? Like, what's your experience with the types of brines? And blah, blah, blah. And we started getting further and further along about the different types of brines we all used. And my dad basically goes, well, did you brine the turkey breast that you smoked? And I went, yes. And he was like, well, what was in it? And I went, salt and water. I said, I ran out of time to make anything fancy. And I said, I understand what's actually happening when you're brining something.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm going to be perfectly honest. I don't know if I actually can truly take a tasteable difference when you're smoking it. Like the smoke is what is it smoky and is it juicy? Like the brining is really to impart
the moisture.
The moisture.
Yeah.
It's probably going to taste a bit salty, but
yeah,
like if you get the mechanics of what's happening because of it's in a brine, like I have gone fresh herbs, bay leaves, roasted garlic, salt, peppercorns, like all these things, and in the end, the smoked turkey breast that I did on Thursday that was just like, fuck, I just need it to sit in a brine overnight. And I'm busy because I have to go shoot fucking aliens in the face.
Right.
Salt, water, like I just need it to be juicy. And it was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
So I'm curious.
I think that you get more flavor. You get the juiciness from the brine for sure. But I think you impart more flavor from the smoke, but then also because I even do a dry rub kind of situation on it. So
sure,
the turkey gets buttered usually and then coated with seasoning. And the simpler the seasoning for me means it tastes better.
Yeah.
There's a lot of rubs out there that you can get your hands on. You know.
Oh yeah.
There's times where I try those and I just go, I mean, that was a lot of hard work to put into this piece of meat.
Right.
And to not like the seasoning I threw all over it.
Right.
But knowing that if I had gone simple with like pepper, garlic powder, and crystallized salt, like
right, right,
then it would have been completely delicious.
Yeah.
To have this seasoning that someone makes and not have it be good is frustrating.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And this is like, also to be clear, this is I have, in my experience, in the different brines that I've tried, I have never tasted in the sorry to the non-metasaurus,
in the flesh.
In the flesh.
Yeah.
The like what happens underneath the skin and the crust. I certainly taste all those things. And if you get a bite that includes some of that seasoning and the flesh, that's one thing. But did you taste the fresh thyme and the rosemary?
No.
At the deep parts of the
yeah.
If I'm being honest, no, I didn't. Was it juicy? Absolutely. Did it taste a bit salty? Not way down at the rib cage carcass flesh, but at the top, yeah, it was. But what you really take from it in a smoked turkey is the smoke. A roasted turkey, if you've got good stuff on the skin or the butter underneath the skin and a good rub,
more so,
you're gonna taste those there. But it was like, well, shit. Yeah, why? Fuck, the amount of times I have gone above and beyond with this crazy.
I think simpler is better.
I think it is. I would agree.
Now, I did have a discussion. I had a dentist appointment yesterday.
Yeah.
And my dental hygienist we're talking while she's cleaning, and she'll pause and let me talk for a minute, and then she'll keep cleaning. She was saying that her brother, for Thanksgiving, brined a turkey.
Mm-hmm.
This last year and this year, and she said last year she was like, I just didn't like it, was way too salty.
Yeah.
And then she said, so he did it again this year, and he also brined it, and he said, oh, I nailed it on this one.
Uh-huh.
She said it was way too salty.
Really?
Yeah. And I go, wow, I don't remember my turkey being so salty that it was off-putting.
I don't think I have. I'm gonna be true. I have cranked out a prime rib that had a crust that was way
too salty.
100%. I have fucked up a prime rib.
Yeah.
Thinking, no, it's this much salt, or salt crystals that were too much. Fucked it up. Yeah. I 100% fucked that up. Turkey, no. I have overcooked a turkey.
But have you come away from it going, I brined this turkey and it was way too salty?
No.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, and that's
maybe
me.
That's her.
It's possible.
It could be her palate.
My wife may have thought that I've overbrined a turkey, but generally, I
think if you're using the right ratio of salt in the water,
I'm not trying to pickle the turkey.
No,
right?
Yeah,
and it should be salty, but I certainly think there's probably that's too much.
Well, because you're gonna salt it,
right?
You're gonna salt it before you put it into the heat box, right?
Yeah.
So the brine is adding the salt, like almost to the point to where you probably don't need to put it on the bird before it goes in.
Yeah.
And you could just use
pat it dry
and some garlic or whatever.
For this an appetizer or charcuterie board.
Yeah.
There's nothing. There's nothing on the skin. I brined it. I toss it in the smoker. The seasoning is whatever salt transitioned, didn't make it back out from the brine.
So you didn't even put pepper or anything on
none.
it? Oh.
Nothing. But it's nothing.
No butter?
No. It's just the moist turkey that I smoked for 3.5, 4 hours.
Huh. Now, I like what Nat was saying about the...
the roast?
Yeah.
The turkey roast?
The turkey roast. Because the bummer about this Thanksgiving was I got home and realized I didn't even bring home any turkey meat. I didn't have nothing to make sandwiches or anything with.
Oh.
So I'm like, dang it,
Did you run out of turkey, or did you not bring any?
It didn't get thought of by Raj or Shanna or myself
to take a
box? To take some turkey home.
Oh, wow.
And it just didn't make it home.
You fucked up, dude.
So I'm like, a turkey roast that I can smoke, because it seems like other people don't necessarily want the smoked turkey. See, we're in that realm.
Oh,
now.
Yeah.
This is where I struggled with, and part of the reason why last year we did a brisket instead of a turkey.
Mm-hmm.
And then this year, Roger was like, I'm going to make a turkey. I'm like, you don't want me to smoke a turkey? No, I'm going to make a turkey. Which leads me to believe that maybe people don't want the smoked turkey.
Oh.
Which is sort of the same question that you have.
We left my brother's. I don't think we completely picked apart his turkey, but it was just one turkey, and I think there were 13 of us between the three families, and
all Metasauruses.
Yes. Kim may not be a full-size Metasaurus.
Okay.
Pickosaurus.
Okay.
Some picky, maybe. We didn't take any turkey because I actually smoked 2 breasts and 2 thighs, and I only took 1 breast. So I'm like, I don't need any of this turkey. I've got smoked fucking turkey to make my sandwiches at home. So that's what I use to make my sandwiches. Yeah. I'm like, fucking, this is smoked turkey breast. And then the smoked thighs I made for dinner for the rest of the family. They all got what was left of the smoked turkey thighs, and fucking.
I'm gonna have to buy a turkey roast and smoke it.
I don't know if I've seen one of those, but she said she somewhere up there.
Yeah, she said her guy. They didn't have the one that she normally buys, and then her guy recommended this particular one that's like vacuum sealed.
Yeah,
and she said she was going to cook it sous vide.
No.
But I'm like,
have you seen a turkey roast somewhere?
I haven't. That's why I was like, I was like, oh, I'm interested in this.
Where the fuck you get it?
I started Googling like turkey roast recipes. I'm like, oh, this is a thing? Like, I didn't even know this was a thing. So I'm
hot
intrigued.
on the no longer cooking. I'm going to was it last year when I cooked I think I cooked a turkey. I parted the turkey. I didn't cook it as a unit.
Yeah.
Like, I want meat that's done on all parts at the same time, equally.
I mean, if you spatchcocked it, you could do that.
Right.
Yeah.
As close as it could be.
But my smoker isn't big enough to spatchcock a turkey and have it fit.
Oh.
Because it's a square fridge
That's
box
what I'm saying.
kind of
just
thing.
fucking part it out. What do you care about? You're already...
I just get a turkey roast, apparently.
Oh, you fucking... It's like roadkill turkey at a spatchcock. You might as well just cut his legs off and...
I mean, I don't care about that, really. It doesn't have to be in the turkey carcass form.
Like, I'm done. Like, my brother nailed his, but, I'm done with the presentation stuff. Like, he already was, like, chucking off a breast, and he tossed it onto the main island. He was like, can you cut this up? I'm like, fuck yeah, I'll cut it up. So there was no, like, behold.
Right.
The turkey has completed itself, and now
we will... Yeah, like National Lampoon's Christmas
Would you like to carve the turkey? We were just like, how do we get the fucking meat on the...
We just want to eat.
Just... fucking heathens.
Rub-a-dub-dub, thanks for the grub. Yay, God.
Yeah,
Woo-hoo.
Jesus, we didn't even come close to smushing even something like that. It was just like, get your fucking plates and get your shit.
Food. Clank the triangle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that turkey roasts were a thing, so I'm going to have to try one. I got to try one.
Well, there you go.
And even better if it comes like packaged in a vacuum sealed bag with seasoning already on it. I'd love that.
Yeah.
I'd try that shit.
I don't have a sous vide, but
I don't have to. I'll just take it out of the package and smoke it. That's what I want. I want a smoked turkey bits that I can make sandwiches
That's
with.
what I tell my wife. Just take it out of the package and smoke it. Hashtag sorry, kids.
Now, one of my most favorite tri-tips that you used to be able to buy was from Costco. They had the Morton's tri-tips they're like vacuum sealed with their seasoning in them or whatever.
Yeah.
So they're just being marinated all the time until you cook them.
Yeah.
And those were fucking amazing. They were tender and juicy, and the flavor was insane. You didn't have to you could literally just put it out on the grill.
Yeah.
They don't have them anymore.
Is Morton still in business?
Yeah, but Costco's not carrying the Morton's tri-tips, marinated tri-tips anymore.
I made a joke with my wife. What were we talking about? It was... We were trying to... God damn it. Oh, it's going to bug me. We were talking about... she got a Amazon thing about TVs. Cyber Monday TVs.
Okay.
And she ran across a price point of one that was like $9.99. She's like, "Is this the TV that we were looking to get?" And I went, "There's no way it's that cheap."
So, are you looking for an OLED or something?
Something that's 4K.
Okay.
It was like Sony Bravia something, but the price point.
Sony Bravia, yeah, they're expensive.
But the price point was like maybe on sale Black Friday, something probably closer to 16, maybe 15. And this thing that she sent me was like $9.95, and I went, "Fuck! If that's
that TV,
if it's that the thing, then
I'm practically stealing it."
Yeah, I looked at it because I was just short of like buy it.
Yeah.
And it was.
It was only 1080.
It was the lower model, and I went, yeah, no, that's the plebe model. That's like the Jordache jeans of the pants world. And I went, fuck, is Jordache still do they still make Jordache jeans?
I don't know.
It was like the Kmart Levi's. Anyway, we had a moment where we're like, fuck, we're old.
Jordache jeans was like all the hot chicks wore Jordache jeans.
Especially up in Grass Valley. Like all of it was like Wranglers for the ladies.
Oh, Wranglers?
Yeah. Like, dude.
It was Levi's and Jordache at my high school.
Yeah, fucking.
Yeah.
Jordache. She's like, I don't think so. I went, I'm not going to look for it though, but I don't know. I don't think they make them.
I think our UHD TV, I don't think it's quite 4K. I think we paid under $400 for it.
Really?
Yeah.
How big?
I don't know. 12?
What?
I actually don't.
With both
maybe
hands
a
on
50 or a 55-inch. It had to fit into a space. So
we
it's not
were at
huge.
Costco for something, maybe like last week and a half. I think Venus was getting Christmas stuff. And it was the Carmichael one, I think. Anyway, the one down there, not ours, which is
the one in Citrus Heights?
Yes.
Okay.
And
I like that one.
We fucking Venus will only go there because she thinks is a shit show. Christ, the pictures on like
some of those OLEDs.
We were both like looking at it like old people look at stuff like, wow, that picture is so crystal clear.
But they're putting on the best possible shit.
Like, could you imagine shooting aliens in the face with a picture that clear? She's like, it's so pretty.
And you got to get one that's got 120 hertz.
Like all of the pretty. Look how sharp it is. And they had then it cut from like a nature thing to like a Dark Souls first person video game. In like an oriental motif, like landscape thing, and it looked fucking ridiculously amazing.
Yeah.
And I went, I could definitely play video games on this. That would be nice. Like, could you imagine shooting a Cabal's head off with one of these TVs? Fuck, that would look gorgeous.
Now, my computer monitor is 4K. It's a 32-inch, so you imagine it's super crisp because it's a smaller form factor.
Yeah.
You get the 4K display, but the nice crisp. Now, I don't take advantage of it for games because I have a Switch hooked up to it right now.
Yeah, no.
The PlayStation is hooked up to the bigger TV.
Yeah.
And I kind of wonder sometimes if playing on that smaller display would help me in any way because like I play Zelda on the Switch on the other one. It seems to be, you're not looking from side to side as much.
Yeah.
Right. Because it's narrower.
Right.
But man, it's super sharp. Super sharp.
I would like to try that someday, like playing on but the sizing thing is definitely something I've run into in the last couple of years.
With bigger display.
I like this picture size. I like this resolution for like desktop stuff. But when I go to play something, it's like,
it's too big.
It's the fidelity is there, but it's too like a.
It's
too. So I think I went down from a 27 to a 24 on my main like Xbox one because the real estate was.
You're not have to like scan.
Yeah, oh, it's too much.
Yeah,
it's too much.
Yeah,
and I went. God damn it! I'm getting too old. I have to start playing shit at 720p so I can see the heads.
Where's my readers?
God damn it. We're at time.
All right.
Tune in next week where Lord Fu just completely rattles off about his complaints about car audio quality.
Is this because of the rentals?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that. Because everything's so integrated now, and they're just putting lackluster audio stuff in that can't be upgraded easily.
Much sad.
Yeah.
Like,
Chandler already wants to tweak his truck, and I've looked into doing my car, but it's just...
What?
No, I'm just not.
I'm going to get off on a run.
Don't do it.
What makes it hard is going from what I have, being like, oh, where is everything? And it's sad.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway.
I know. I did that.
And I have further enterprise rental regalings that, come in next week. It'll be good. I assure you.
Well, let's talk about that next week for sure.
Anyway, you should return the cart.
Wash your hands.
Wash your ass.
Check your oil, Tony.
Stay up to date on your shots.
Make the call if you need to.
Register to vote.
Pick up a broom.
Do the kindness. We'll catch you next week.
And have a good week, everybody. Thanks for listening.
Merry Christmas.
Well, it's coming.
Yeah, it's close now.
All right.
Oh, bye.
Bye.
Bye.